Hello and welcome. In the last video I showed how I mounted this tool tube where I keep my toolkit. Now what I want to do is go over the contents of what I have in the toolkit. While I'm at it, I also want to go over the tools that I keep in this fender bag. This is what the toolkit looks like with all the tools lined up where they go but not in their pockets so you can see what's in there. Let me walk you through what I've got. Right here I've got just a 1/4 inch socket driver. I used this because I had it, and I just bought this little adapter which lets me put all these drill bits in there, so this serves as my screwdriver. This is just a pair of slip lock pliers. Here are the Allen wrenches or hex keys that I need for my bike. I have a WR250R, and I went through all the bolts on there, and these are the 4 sizes I need. This is a 3, a 4, a 5, and a 6. This is just a small adjustable wrench. This is a little wire welding brush that I use to clean the chain. This is a little electrical testing light. What I got here is a pair of Vise grips, a pair of needle nose. This is steel stick, which is basically like a steel welding epoxy. It's a little putty inside there, and you just knead it together and then patch up whatever steel components you need to patch up, and it dries and sets pretty hard. So that works in an emergency. What I've got here is the socket to remove a spark plug, and then inside that I keep a spare spark plug. I'm not convinced that a spare spark plug is all that necessary, or it's not as necessary as it used to be with 4 strokes. It fouled a little easier. I'm sorry, it used to be with 2 strokes. It fouled a little easier, but it doesn't hurt to have an extra one on hand. This is a 3/8 inch socket driver and a 6 inch extension, and I have a 6 inch extension because I need that to get the spark plug out. And then what I have inserted here is a little adapter that actually goes on the 1/4 inch driver, which allows me to drive these sockets, because these are 3/8 inch sockets, so it allows me to use this to drive those if I want to. In here, this is an old ibuprofen container, just a small little ibuprofen container. I've got it wrapped with duct tape, and then inside I've got some spare nuts and bolts of various sizes. This is part of a complete socket set. I went through the entire motorcycle and found every bolt, every nut, and got all the sizes that I need, and I only wanted to carry what I needed. So I've got an 8, 10, 12, 14, 17, and 19. And then this little socket rack here is just a cheap Harbor Freight metal socket rack that I cut to size and only kept what I needed. Here I've got a chain link breaker, a couple of spare links. This is a partial roll of electrical tape that I've smushed down so it fits in the pocket. And then I've got 2 pieces of wire. One piece is a multi-strand kind of flexible wire that you might use more for an electrical type of fix. And then this is a solid core, a really stiff piece of wire that you might use for securing something or attaching something. And then of course no kit is complete without a host of zip ties. Now you can see that I've got everything in its pocket. I've got a couple of spare pockets on the end in case I want to add something later. And all you have to do to roll it up is flip these up. And that kind of protects everything inside there. And then you just roll it up like this. The diameter of the tool roll is about 3.5 inches. And it is about 13 inches long. It fits perfectly inside the tool tube. And as you can see here, the tool tube slides right down in there and fits in there quite nicely. Everything you see here I keep in this fender bag. I kind of call this my tire changing kit. So this is a Tusk fender bag. What I keep in here is 1 inner tube. This is the size for the front. In a pinch, if I had to, I could use this on the back since the back is a little bit smaller diameter. This is a tire patch kit. Right here I've got a pair of gloves just to use when doing any kind of work on the bike if I want to keep my hands either clean or protected. This is a Pro Bike Tool air pump. It's a manual air pump. And then I've got 2 of the Motion Pro tire lever tools here. This is a 27 inch and a 22 inch. This is the size. These have the wrench on the end, and these are the sizes I need to take the tires off, or the wheels off, on my WR250R. This Tusk fender pack actually came with 2 tire tools. They tuck into these sleeves right here. I decided not to use those because I was going with these, but I did keep an extra one that I keep inside the bag just because 3 makes getting a tire change a little bit easier. Then I've got a pair of nitrite gloves here, again just to help when working on the bike, keep from getting my hands too messy or dirty, and then a small can of spray chain lube. Okay, so those are the tools I keep in the toolkit that I have in this tool tube, and the tools that I keep in the fender bag. I hope that helps. Good luck putting your toolkit together.